Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's time for another video on the semi restoration. If you guys have been following along, we've really come a long way. It's hard to believe it's been just over 2 years since the semi has graced us with its presence here. And we're now in the exciting part, the part where we get to start building it back up. So today, we're gonna work a little bit on the ramp mechanism. Now, if you saw our last video, we got the pulley cross member up, we got a lot of the drop ceiling in. What I wanna do is get the winch cable out, get the other cable, the one that runs from the ramp that will be here, hopefully sooner rather than later, up to the 2 pulleys and then around and connects to the winch cable. So I want to get all of that kind of in place and make sure we're level and we're equidistant from the walls at the front and the back, you know, all those different things. So we're gonna get that all set up and who knows what else we'll get into. So here we go. Let's see what we can do. Alrighty, so let me kind of show you what the status is of everything currently, and then we'll kind of go from there. So, yesterday, I actually ran the cable out for the first time. I know it's a little dark back here, I apologize, I don't have any light in here. But we've got the cables, I hooked up a battery to it, used the remote, and got the cable strung out to, well, here. So this winch is rated to pull 12,000 pounds. We're estimating the ramp maybe 2,200, 2,000, 2,200. So you can see how this will go. You know, it'll be obviously not laying on the drop ceiling here. But to help it stay horizontal, we've got these trolleys in here, which I think I showed you before. So most of this track was recreated. There, a little bit of it, the original is down there, but this we had to source, and we could tell by the holes in the ribs of the ceiling how far this went. So we know it ended right here. We got trolleys for it, and I modified them. I extended them down so the bottoms of these are in line with where the winch cable comes out. So these will be hooked up here. And it's not going to be applying downward force. It's mainly just to keep this whole cable up high so it doesn't, you know, sag like this. So we actually have 4 of them. There's another one way, way down there. But, and these run really nice and smooth in here. So I think that'll be good to keep the cable taut and keep it up high. And then these actually line up, let me come over here, with our cross member and our pulleys here. All right, so we got that. Now, coming back down, here is our cable, 3/8 inch, which is what they used on the show. I forget how many feet we ordered. 100 feet, which is gonna be more than enough. So we got 100 feet here. It's gonna go up and around and down, which we're gonna mock this up today. And then we got a snatch block here. So the snatch block is going to, one end's gonna connect here, the other end will connect on the curve of the wire, and then that's what's gonna pull and push the door. Well, maybe pull the door, but in theory. All right, so we got all that. Now let's take you down here and we'll show you, sorry, here, bringing that too. So we got our pulleys, which I showed you in the last video. We got them mounted. So these are hopefully not going anywhere. So the cable will run through there and out to the ramp, which is, you know, not here yet, but that's fine. One thing at a time. So let's go ahead. Oh, before I do that, I did want to show you, which you didn't see in the last video. You saw me put the drop ceiling up, but I got the header piece in here. This part wasn't done. So I got the header piece installed, as you can see here, just like it was on the show. Obviously it'll be painted black. So that is complete, looking awesome. And once we get the ramp in and ensure the whole mechanism works, then we'll be able to cover all this with the lights. So, all right, let's see what we can do with this cable. We've got 100 feet of cable here. Now we don't need 100 feet, but I don't know how many feet we need, but I wanted to make sure we had enough. So let's see if we can, all right. So plastic's out. So now I'm gonna see if I can get this strung up there. Maybe what I should do is find the halfway point of this cable and then run one half that way, the other half that way. That might work. Or, let's see here. We're gonna figure this out. I mean, we could just string it this way and then string the other side and then give us a little cushion and then cut it. Maybe we'll do that. All right, so. Let's just try this and see what happens. All right. Oh, the pulley's turning super nice. So I think we're just gonna have to run it like this. I'll be real curious if we're gonna need some kind of a support for the cables. Actually, we probably won't because it'll be under tension. Let's see if we pull this like that. So if we do that, let me see if I can run it this way. Another reason why I haven't painted the ceiling yet, because I don't want this to, all right. So there we go, let me go get the ladder. This cable is gonna run right through here. Oh yeah. Oh, these wheels are turning super nice. All right. So we're getting the cable run that way. So I think what we'll do now, we'll hop down here. I'm gonna back you up here and let's just see. So this cable is gonna come out to, I don't know, like right here. That's pretty awesome. Just to see it is pretty awesome. All right, so that's one side. So now let's go ahead and get back inside and we'll string the other end around here. We're gonna have a ton left over, but that's okay. We can cut the cables. We'll get it just the way we want it. This is kind of exciting, running the cables, even though we don't have a ramp. All right, so, because see, technically like this, I mean, we're gonna put a snatch block in here, but this is gonna go like that. And of course, we're getting some kinks in our cable here, so we're gonna have to work this out. Actually, let me take this back off of here for a moment. Oops, am I going the wrong way? I'm going the wrong way. Nope, I'm going the right way. Yeah, I'm gonna have to lay this cable all the way out because we do not want any kinks in it. Let me get my gloves. So what I'm gonna do here, we're just gonna run this cable out here, get all the kinks out. Or not. Yeah, the last thing we need are kinks in the cable. That would not be good. So we're gonna get this all, there we go. Okay, we got that out. I guess I probably should have laid this whole thing out, but it's coming unkinked. It's not even kinked, it was just twisted a little bit. Let's get the rest of these out. All right, we are kink free. So I'm just gonna pull this all the way back because, like I said, we've got way too much. Run it through here. All right. Now we have a whole mess of wire over here. Threading game here. All right, it's getting there. All right, let's get it threaded through over here. So, sorry for the shaky camera. Here. get all our slack out. So something like that. And then we just got to connect those two, which that's where our snatch block comes into play. So this will go here. I got to pull this pin out, I believe, or unscrew this pin, excuse me. And that opens this up. That'll go in there. This gets screwed on. And that pin goes in. Just like that. Take a look at that. So obviously there's no tension on it. Let me pull on those cables. I'll leave you here. I'll pull on those cables and see if we can get it a little tighter. Stand by. Oh, beautiful. Well, it's not going to stay up without tension on it, but that's what it's going to look like. That's amazing. That's awesome. So I just have to secure the cable up there so it stays a little higher, doesn't rub on here. But again, once this is all under tension, that thing's gonna be up higher anyways, and there's not really gonna be any force pushing down on the railing, which is good. We don't want force pushing down the railing, so, or pulling the railing down. Snatch block. The only thing I'm not sure, I don't think, based on what we've seen, I don't think they had any support for the cable here. If you figure the door, it should always be under a little bit of tension. Unless you put the door down and you keep letting the winch out, then it'll lose the tension. But there's no way the cable can fall off of any of these pulleys, right? Because you can see here, the pulley is inside, I'm sorry, the cable, the wire rope is inside of the pulley there. Same with over here. There's a stop there and here. So really there's no chance of the cable coming off of any of the pulleys, which is, kind of important. All right, that is awesome. Now we just need a ramp. Well, folks, it's time for that very special segment that I know you all look forward to in our videos, where we answer our Knight Foundation trustee and flag agent questions submitted by our Patreon supporters. And I have a special Knight Rider expert here with me today who is going to answer the questions for you. You all remember Bonnie, don't you? Say hi, Bonnie.
Hi.
Okay, so for those of you who aren't familiar, before we answer the questions, Patreon, it's a community. We've got a few hundred people that have joined us in this community. You get early access to all of our videos. You get exclusive photos and videos that you don't find anywhere else. You also get discount codes for our merch store, knightriderhistorians.com. So it's really worth checking out. There's a link down in the description below and in the corner of the video right now. All right, so let's go over, and Bonnie here is going to answer these questions. All right, so question one, Bonnie. This is from Steve Gregory. Sorry, Steve, I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. First question, does your insert car have a power trunk release? Does it, Bonnie?
I don't know.
Okay, there you go. Hopefully, there you go, Steve. All right. In Return to Cadiz, when KITT skids to a stop at the scuba... Let's try that again. In Return to Cadiz, when KITT skids to a stop at the scuba diver, the trunk pops open. I would assume intentionally, for obvious reasons, could David have pressed the factory dash button?
Possibly.
Possibly. There is your answer. Okay. Or could someone have been hiding in the back seat to pull the release?
No.
No, no, no. Could not happen. All right. At the end of the pilot, when KITT is being towed, he looks like he's got a red hatch cover over the trunk. Did they have a red interior car or other parts cars at that time? No rush, Bonnie.
Not sure.
Not sure. Okay. All right. So hopefully that answers your question, Steve. Now we're going to move on to SwissKnight2000.ch. SwissKnight2000.ch says, I have a question. Well, good. Then you're in the right place. Is there any video footage of Stu Phillips or Don Peake creating the soundtracks for Knight Rider? Tell us, Bonnie. Is there? Is there?
Corn.
Corn. That doesn't appear to be what we're looking for. Do you have another answer?
Possibly, but nope.
Possibly, but nope, says Bonnie. And we all know Bonnie is the expert, right? She fixes KITT, and she knows everything about the show. Well, I hope that answered your questions. You did a great job, Bonnie. Do you think our viewers at home would want me to maybe answer these questions? Or should we just go with your answers of nope, possibly, yep, and corn?
I think it would be better if you did it.
I think maybe I will. All right, Steve, here's your real answers. Does your insert car have a power trunk release? Yes, it does, from the factory. However, I don't think it works. I don't think it's ever worked since we've had the car. But actually, both of our original cars have power trunk releases. I know the one in the car I have here does not work. All right, your next question. In Return to Cadiz, when KITT skids to a stop at the scuba diver, the trunk pops open. I would assume intentionally, for obvious reasons. Could David have pressed the factory dash button? I guess this is a continuation of that question. He probably could have. See, Return to Cadiz was the first episode filmed for season 2. And those pull handles, they didn't have them. They had them in season 2, but we're not sure when they were installed, if it was later in season 1 or early season 2. So to answer your question, he certainly could have pressed that button, but also there easily could have been someone in the back seat that pulled the manual release cable that the studio put in. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and watch that and see if I can figure out which one it is, because now I'm curious. All right, at the end of the pilot, when KITT is being towed, he looks like he's got a red hatch cover over the trunk. Did they have a red interior car or other parts cars at the time? No. When they filmed that scene was filmed for the pilot presentation, which was some of the first footage shot for the show, and all they had were black and gold Trans Ams. I think that red thing you're talking about, I didn't notice in that scene, but there's a scene earlier right before KITT talks for the first time where you can see you see Michael, and then in the background it looks like a red bag, like a duffel bag. So I'm wondering if that's what you're seeing, but I'll have to look at that towing scene also. I don't remember seeing it in that scene, but it probably is there. All right, SwissKnight2000.ch. Is there any footage of Stu Phillips or Don Peake creating the soundtracks for Knight Rider? No. As far as we know, and I've asked Don this, I don't think I've asked Stu, but I don't think there was any footage of them doing the scores. But I know Don has at least a picture I think it was from the last episode with the whole orchestra there. But I think that might be it. So, all right. Well, Bonnie, you did great. So you guys get to choose whether you want to use her answers to the questions or mine. But if you want to submit your own questions, you can go to our Patreon page right now. Again, there's a link down below. Check it out. You won't be, what am I trying to say?
I don't know.
You won't be disappointed, is what I was trying to say, right? You want to say anything to them before we get back to work on the semi?
See ya.
See ya. All right, and now for my next trick, I'm gonna turn this board from white to black. So you can see this header board, well, really anytime the back of the trailer's open. It's a 1x6, the rest of it is 2x4, but I spent a lot of time making sure that it was exactly the way it was on the show in terms of height and, you know, all that fun stuff. So I am going to paint this black. I'm probably not going to paint the rest of this black because I promised Kevin and Lucas Johnson that they could have the fun task of painting this whole thing, but I just really want to get this black. I think it's really going to make it look pretty cool. So, and I'm going to do it from in here at a slightly awkward angle just because it's easier than, it's a level floor, so it's a little easier to get to from inside of here. So, without further ado, let's see what we can do here. This is as fun as watching paint dry, isn't it? This might need 2 coats. This probably will need 2 coats. Let's go this here. Hopefully don't get paint dripped all over us. And then, so this is the fascia board, I guess you could say. And then there's another board that'll sit on top, which is the covering for the lights. Oh, this angle is super awkward, I'm learning. And I can barely see what I'm doing. So that's fun. I've asked Kevin and Lucas to paint all the boards in place because, you know, they primed them down on the ground, but they all got kind of scuffed and different things, as you can imagine they would. So, you know what? This is not working. I need to come down there. So, we'll take our paint here, and let me grab my super tall ladder, which is right in here. I just think this is going to be a better way to do this. There we go. Maybe. So if we put that right up against the side there, of course the question is, are you fine folks gonna still be able to see me? There we go. That's gonna be better, albeit slightly wobbly. Oh yeah, this is definitely gonna need 2 coats. Anything we can paint to black on this trailer is a good thing. Hopefully one day we'll get the, you know, outside painted black, which would be amazing. I mean, not hopefully, we will. We'll get there. So on a scale of 1 to 227529, how exciting is this? Having you guys watch me paint. I mean, I guess it's somewhat exciting because it's the semi, but you know. I think I'm gonna have to And you know this, to me, this board has to look really good because when you open the trailer, when you open the ramp, this board is in your face, sort of. Well, it's in your face if you're 13 feet tall. All right, so I'm just gonna do this. I can feel paint, black paint specks flying all over my face, you know, so that's fun. Okay. There's the first coat, just like that. So we're gonna let that dry. Definitely need a second coat, which is fine. But already that looks better. Much better. Now see, I have all this paint in here, but I promised Kevin and Lucas that they could paint all of this. But maybe I'll just paint a little bit of it right here. Just a little bit. I don't want to ruin all their fun. But, you know, I have to have some fun too. Although, I've been having so much fun on this project. I should share the fun with others. All right. We'll just paint just a little bit. And see, it's gonna be easier to paint. This will also tell me if I have enough paint left over. And of course, we'll have to get in here with a brush and do the edges, but yeah. There's something satisfying about this though, I must say. Just knowing that this is part of the finish work of the inside, right? This is all, these are gonna be exposed, right? I'll just do this side too over here. So, you know, we're just gonna keep going here for a little bit. We'll get the rest of this board done and maybe this over here, and then we'll bring you back and show you. We're not gonna keep going, I don't think. Nah. Alrighty, so 2 coats of paint later, and we've got a nice black piece. So I have to do, I have to get a brush and get the corners, and it looks like I need to do yet another coat on here because it's real thin right there. But yeah, so compare this, let's go down to right about there. Compare that to this screenshot from the wrong crowd. It's starting to look identical, isn't it? So I also went ahead and just painted this one in here, but that's all I did. Let Kevin and Lucas do the rest. So, coming along. All right, guys, so taking another minute away from working on the semi, we're here in my workshop, and I wanted to share something with you that was sent to me. Now, a lot of you guys know Nick Nugent. He runs knightridercompanion.com, wrote a book on the series, much like I did, and there is no graphic artist in the Knight Rider community that is as good as Nick. And I apologize to all the other graphic artists out there, but Nick is a step above. And he's created some amazing Knight Rider related merchandise over the years. Some really, really cool stuff that he spent hours and hours and hours on. I can't imagine the amount of time. Well, Nick has sent me some of those things to show you, things that you can buy, and we're going to do a special giveaway on some of this stuff. So stay tuned and I'll tell you all about that. So I have not even opened this stuff up yet. I've opened the boxes, but I haven't pulled it all out yet. So we've got some tubes with something in here, more than posters. And then he sent us some additional stuff. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring you in, up, and down, and I'll spread this out and you can see what we got, and then we'll go over this little giveaway we're gonna do. So, box number 1. By the way, look what he does on the packaging. Isn't that awesome? I need to get one of those stamps. Well, maybe with the KRH logo. So first we've got these awesome metallic prints, excuse me. Let's open this up and see what we got in here. Oh man, this thing is packed full with stuff. So, look how cool that is. It's reflective. That's really, really neat. Metal. They're all metal too. Oh, look at that. Gold. Not many of the gold ones were made, I don't think. What else do we have in here? Oh, and we've got, this is on print. Ooh, there's Goliath. Look at that. Look at all the detail. That's amazing. The semi. So this is the gold one. This is regular. Look at all the detail on the boomerang unit too. What else do we have? Well, of course, KITT. Oh, that's so neat. It's, I mean, it's just printed on paper, but it's like, it looks like it's metallic, or it's really interesting. Look at those. Nick sells these over at knightridercompanion.com. Oh, there's a 40 years picture. And then his, oh, I always like this card where he put all of the signatures on. That's really, really neat. Yeah, if you haven't checked out his Knight Rider Companion book, go to knightridercompanion.com and, you know, go there for all this other awesome stuff too. So, we're going to give away one of these metallic prints, and I'm not going to spoil it for you, but Nick even hand wrote a special thank you that goes with this. So thank you to Nick for that. Now let's open up this tube. Metallic Series 16 by 20 Signature Edition. Let's see what we got here. So first of all, we've got a metal pin of the flag shield. Well, that's pretty awesome. We're going to throw one of those in to the giveaway. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, look at that. The semi. This, hand signed by Nick, 36 of 50. So, so awesome. This I am framing and hanging on my wall. I love this. All right, so I'm gonna wrap this back up. All right, what else do we have here? Metallic, this looks like this might be the same thing, only KITT. Oh, another pin, awesome. Oh yes, look at that. Look at that. Also signed by Nick. This is going on my wall also. That's so cool. All right, what else do we have? One more. Let's see here. Put that away. And let's see what's in this last one here. Oh, 2 more pins. Look at that. He was very generous with the pins. Oh, now this is multiple. Let's see what we got here. Oh, another semi. Ooh, look at that. Semi with some gold. That's awesome. And another kit. Oh, kit with the metallic scanner prototype. Way to go, pal. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome. And then KRH rocks. All right, well, these, obviously, we're going to keep these. But I think what we'll do here, because we got a couple duplicate things, we're going to make up a nice little package here. So we're going to include, we'll include the semi-print and the kit print, because we've got the semi and kit elsewhere. So we're going to include both of those. We're going to include this metallic print, a pin, and let's see here. I don't know. Might keep these. We're going to have to figure this out. Goliath car. Yeah. So let's do this. We're going to include this with a hand note from Nick on the back, and we'll include these two. We'll include a pin, and we'll do... All right, so what you guys want to know is, how do you win this package? Well, here's what you need to do. It's super easy. Like this video, share this video. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel, and just leave a comment down below letting me know, out of all these things I just showed you, which is your favorite. That's all you need to do. And I'll be announcing the winner on our Knight Rider Historians Facebook page very, very soon.
Hello friends, it's me, KITT. When I'm not out fighting crime, I like to follow my friends at knightriderhistorians.com. Check it out.